Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk About It. And you know what? We've been talking about such serious things lately. We're going to have a little fun today. I'm excited in a few minutes to introduce my guests, but let's just have some fun and talk about St. Paddy's Day with wine and spirits. So welcome you two.
Thank you.
Stephanie Anderson, owner of Bella Vista Wine and Spirits, and Tim Toburen.
Yes,
I did it right.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm so happy. And you manage the store there.
Somewhat. We
Somewhat.
try. Yes.
You try. But today, you are going to talk to us about the history of. I want to know a little bit about you and how you got here, both of you. And then we're going to talk about St. Paddy's Day, and then you're going to mix some spirits. Okay.
Share some things.
All right. So go for it.
I may let you start just about your connection maybe with Bella Vista and Bella Vista Wine and Spirits.
No ladies first.
No, not this time.
Perfect
Thank
lead
you.
in. Well, my name's Tim Toburen, and my parents moved to Bentonville from back east in 1982. I was in Dallas and said, "Where, Dad?" But of course, I knew about Walmart, and then it was great. You know, Bella Vista, beautiful view in Italiano. That's what that means. And they had a place on Beaver Lake as well, and our kids were small, and it was just a great place to come visit. And so in 2002, Dad had a stroke. I came up here from Dallas to help him out a little bit, and he subsequently passed a year later. But you know, dress code's not bad, so I moved here permanently. So, and I retired in 2016, and got to do something. Can't play golf every day and over imbibe. So I went to work at Bella Vista Wine and Spirits prior to her owning the store, and it was close to the house and just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it's been stepped up several notches.
Oh, I tell you, I was so excited when I went in and interviewed her. I was like, oh, I'm coming back here. In fact, I think I walked out with quite a few items.
I think you might have had some spirits with you that day.
In more ways than one, yes.
Right, well, good. Well, Stephanie Anderson, and so I live in Springdale and have been in Springdale pretty much till like middle school age, and then we moved south a little bit, went to college, but knew this is where I wanted to be. So moved back, have been here since 1992 for the second time, and am an educator. So history teacher, so really talking about St. Patrick's Day today is great. I gave my friend Tim here a homework lesson, so he had to work on that last night. But retired in 2021 from being a middle school principal. And people are like, oh, it drove you to drinking, didn't it? No, I loved it, every second of it. I miss it. It's just a great opportunity to help people, but that's really kind of the business that I'm in, I think. I love working with people and being around people. We connected quickly, I know.
Yes.
Then immediately when I retired, kind of like, well, what am I going to do? So started selling real estate. So I'm also a realtor. And then the opportunity came along for my husband and I and his parents for us to own Bella Vista Wine and Spirits. So that happened February of 2022. And talk about a learning curve.
Yes, yes.
But it is so much fun. We have a great time. And the staff is amazing. So Jenny also manages in the evening, Tim in the morning, and it all just works so well together, and we are also really good friends, I would say.
You do so many things for the community. Let's touch on that a little bit, because it's not all about working all the time. It's you just really jumped in and helping Bella Vista.
Well,
what are you doing?
We're trying. I guess most recently what we're doing is, if you come by Bella Vista Wine and Spirits, and we hope you all will, is we're trying to help the local animal shelter, the Bella Vista Animal Shelter. And gosh, what an incredible organization that helps people. I mean, when you get a pet, I mean, we're so grateful for that as pet owners. And so we want to help them out, and that's what we're currently doing with Purina dog food or bleach, towels, different things. So if anybody wants to donate items, they can actually come by the store right now. We help a lot of different organizations that need a sponsor or a donation, the different golf associations, men and women. Help me think, gosh, there seems to be a few. Different churches that are around locally. So we definitely want to be a partner in the community and help everybody that we can.
You are a spirit in the community.
Well, that's what we hope to do.
Yes. So let's jump right in. I think you're going to mix a couple of really nice concoctions today. But let's learn about St. Patty's first.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Well, so being a history teacher in my former life, that's actually kind of fun. But so St. Patrick's is back like 4th century, and he was actually like 16 and was kidnapped. He was with Roman Britain at the time, kidnapped and taken to Ireland. And so I don't guess he was born Irish by any means, but then escaped from Ireland, went back to Britain, but then went back to Ireland. And they believe that he is the one that really brought Christianity. And so the shamrock, as we know it, with the three, is the Trinity. And so the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And so that's really where that comes from and why he's considered St. Patrick. And so, but it was at his passing of March 17th that is really celebrated, and therefore St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
And but the United States, you know, we love a good party and a reason to celebrate. And so the actual first parade, I believe, was in the United States in the 1600s, because there were a lot of Irish that were here at that time, and also pre-U.S., with just all of the different land battles and who's going to. So it was a group of Irish in the British Army that marched and had a parade. And it just continues and now is celebrated, of course, everywhere, and everybody looks for a good time on St. Patrick's
They
Day.
certainly
Lots of
do.
green beer, maybe even green water
Yes.
out there.
And a lot of people dye their hair green and all kinds of
Go all
strange
out,
things.
wear fun
Yes.
earrings.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I know, you can't really see them.
Oh, that's lovely. It really is. Well, why don't we do your thing
Let's
here?
do
What are
it.
we
You have
doing?
one on?
Oh, I do.
There you go.
Oh, there you
I
go.
really love green. Like, I truly am just a green fanatic. I think it's a beautiful color. So, yeah, what we want to start with, because we all need coffee, is this Irish coffee. And you want to give the story behind it a little bit?
Well, I mentioned that Bella Vista means beautiful view. Buena Vista is a restaurant, coffee bar, cafe in San Francisco. It opened in 1916. There was the owner at the time was named Jack Koppler, I believe, and he and another friend of his who was a travel writer had Irish coffee in Shannon, Ireland at the airport. And there's a bartender there that came up with the recipe. But at any rate, they decided they were going to duplicate this, and they tried for a long, long time, and finally they got it right in 1952. And they served upwards of 2,000 Irish coffees a day.
Oh, my.
Every 10 bottles of any Irish whiskey is served at that restaurant, sold to that restaurant in the United States. So that's pretty substantial amount of liquor business, plus all their other liquor and food business they've got going. But the problem they had with the initial one to duplicate the one at the airport was the cream wouldn't stay floating. It would sink to the bottom, and it's important that it stays on top and get a good
Gives
sip,
you a mustache.
get a good a good sip of cream with your coffee.
That's right.
And it just makes it. So after experimentation for quite some time, they decided if they aged the cream for 48 hours and frothed it. I know it sounds kind of like it would have gone bad, but I'm sure they refrigerated it. But then they frothed it and spoon it on, and it just comes out luscious.
Gotcha.
We're using
It's been 48 hours.
well,
since
yeah,
it
that's certainly
was.
been 48 for that. We're using a spray whipped cream here. Ideally, you want to make this from scratch with heavy whipping cream, and then dollop it on your coffee afterwards.
Okay. So you're going to make me one or what?
I will. Well, it starts with a mug.
Yes.
Now,
There's our sugar cubes.
I
And
don't-
to be an Irish whiskey, it has to be in Ireland on that soil for 3 years in the barrels before it can be
point.
considered an Irish whiskey.
And that's kind of like the champagne is only from
Right,
Champagne.
That's exactly
in
right.
France. So I get it.
Yes.
just drop the sugar cube in each mug. We will muddle these
Can I have this?
Yes.
Thank you.
with a little bit of Java.
So muddling a sugar cube.
Now you can one can use simple syrup, but this is the way it actually is what it's called for. So
I like the idea of a little, make it a celebration, maybe make it a process. It's kind of like drinking tea with the Japanese. It's a,
right.
it's a,
Well, and Tim and I have talked about this. He knows he's much better at this than I, but I think it's fun to just play around
Sure.
with anything because this isn't normally what we wake up and do as muddle, but it seems to be fun in the
for yourself.
process. Tim probably does muddle his coffee every morning. Stephanie does not. But no, it's so fun to experiment with different drinks if we when we start the cocktail later. It's nothing I'm necessarily good at. It's just fun to play around, and then to add your own taste, you may want more sugar cubes than one. So it's to each his own.
Yeah, and generally probably 2 sugar cubes, but the whipped cream does
Oh, yeah.
add some sweetness to it. So
gotcha.
there's probably some purists out there that don't want the whipped cream, but
We're okay with
or-
it right now.
yeah, right now we're fine.
And there's different Irish whiskeys you can use. One, I don't even know that Screwball is necessarily an Irish whiskey, but it would have kind of that peanut butter flavor with it.
I love
I know, I do too. And so that's an option that
Okay.
could always be used.
Okay.
And then we have another one, this is just kind of for show today, Bushmills. It's actually like considered the original distilled Irish whiskey, 1608. And so that's always a good go-to. And, just when we were looking at it, there's so many options that you could, we have a Jameson cocktail that we'll do later. You could use Jameson as well. But I believe the one that Tim has chosen is Tullamore.
Tullamore is what they use at Buena Vista. Buena Vista, unlike Bella Vista, means good or fine. But this is what they use in their Irish whiskey at that restaurant in San Francisco.
And
So
it
this
came
is
about in
the
1829.
jug. Yeah.
This comes out in a jug. Yeah.
It does have a glass too.
It
I think
has a
that may
glass
be the
bottle
picture
as
that we
well.
have, but we like the jug.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use take her little paper plane off this. here.
Okay. He's so cute though.
It's gonna fly away. But let's see if we can do this somehow or another. Might want to change
help?
hands. Well, I'm left-handed, so we need to do it like that. So we'll put a shot of the Tullamore in here.
You're doing great.
Well, not too much over spillage.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Then we'll add more coffee.
Add some more Java.
I like it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Then I'll use this muddler just to stir it up a little bit. And then I'll let you do the honors
Should I say
there.
thank you to our friends at Dollar General just down the street that helps me out.
Absolutely.
Forgot the whipped cream, had to make a mad
So
dash.
thanks, Dollar General. I appreciate you. And the nice young gentleman that helped. Okay. Do you trust me?
I do, be careful though.
I know.
Ooh.
Sufficient.
This is a lot of fun.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I almost brought green sprinkles.
She thinks of everything, doesn't
She does.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
So,
excited.
look at
Now
this,
we're gonna need these
folks.
cocktail
Look.
napkins.
Now we may have to open some cocktail
Yeah,
napkins.
we may have to.
Oh, I
Well,
think we're okay.
It does say wake up, be awesome, and repeat.
There you go.
So, okay,
cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, 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 yes.
right.
Thank you. Now, I'm getting the mustache going on here.
I already had one, but now I've really got one.
You got a nose one, too.
I know.
It is
Wow.
but it's worth it.
Camera folks, I'm so sorry you're behind those cameras and not here with me.
We could make one.
We can make one.
We
later.
have.
Unfortunately, we're out of mugs.
We've got mugs, no worries. Anyway, oh, this is wonderful.
It is good. And the screwball might be a good option too with that peanut butter. What do
You know,
think?
I didn't know exactly what to do with that, and now I do.
Oh, absolutely.
Hanging
It's
out
great
with
and
you
comfortable.
is teaching me things. you know.
Well, we're learning together, JB.
Okay. Okay. Ah, this is wonderful. So, so same proportions. Any of the
Yes, ma'am.
liquors that you would put in there at all, and you say sometimes sweeter.
Maybe an extra cube. Yeah. Or to simplify things, because sugar cubes, they're getting hard to find.
Right.
They really are.
Just some simple syrup, which you can get at our establishment.
Yes, and another I just saw even like brown sugar, and then melt that and melt it. So
Yeah,
I think
brown
that was
sugar's a
maybe
good option, too.
One of the original.
experiment, you
Yeah,
know.
there's so many ways to do it. I think it's kind of what you have on hand too.
Right.
But no.
Okay, we've got about a minute before we switch and do something else.
Okay.
What would you serve, other than a good attitude, with Irish coffee? Is there a particular food or anything at all that you can think of?
Oh, I definitely think this would be great.
Mostly after dinner. I mean, it is ideal. Anything like this, especially when you get into the whipped cream, there's so many after dinner drinks.
So it kind of as a dessert in its own
Yeah.
right.
I think so.
Exactly.
I
Okay.
would also probably love to have it at breakfast or brunch.
And that's good too.
I would probably.
Anytime.
And then you might use a decaf coffee.
Gotcha.
You know, because it is, I like to go caffeinated, but I kind of run
I
that
test.
way. But no, I think any time of day, maybe the middle of it, as cool as it's been.
Yeah.
You know, it just sounds good. I think the original story was a group was flying to New York, huge storm, came back, they were flustered, they
Right.
were cold. He was like, let me make you something. And so that's where the whole
At the
Irish
airport?
whiskey at the airport, when they came back, he thought, I'll make them a cocktail / something warm, and that will make everyone feel better.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a great drink.
It is. So we're going to take a quick break
Okay.
and switch out some things, and we'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back, folks. Oh, I tell you what, I did not allow you to take this away from me. I probably should have, but it just makes it more exciting for the next session.
is.
That's
Mhm.
right.
It's a great drink.
So, we're going to go on to the next drink. You're making us an old fashioned today?
That's right.
Is there some history and fun stuff about old fashions? No? Yes? Sort of?
It's all old fashioned, very old fashioned.
I love it.
We have a shirt when you walk in the store that says, just call me old fashioned.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, we have lots of shirts for different things. An old fashioned, I don't know, there's so many different ways to make an old fashioned as well. It's a great cocktail, a smoky old fashioned, I think was the first time that I really had one, and it was fabulous. And then I think there's a lot of different bourbons, whiskeys, lots of different variations. So the one we've chosen today is that we're going to use a Jameson because of it being St. Patrick's Day.
Gotcha.
And so that's why we've chosen that, but there's a lot of different bourbons and, like we said, variations that could be used. I brought this bottle, Sexton. Tim actually was one of the first people to tell me about it. And
Could we
it's,
get a close-up maybe of that so people could see it in a minute here? That'll be
Sexton?
fine. Yeah. I guess not, but okay. Keep
it's a
going.
female-owned company also, and it's
There we go. Look.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yep.
that a little bit.
That's it. But it is a very interesting little hexagonal bottle that, and then this skull on the stopper and on the front of the label. But a sexton in the UK is a caretaker of a cemetery.
Yes.
And this distillery is built in very close proximity to this cemetery over there. This is all distilled in copper pots, which is the best way to do it. She mentioned it is, as far as I think, it's one of the few, if not the only, female-owned distillery in Europe. solely female owned. But it makes a great anything.
Anything, I was going to
It's
say.
it's a fine Irish whiskey. I can't begin to count how many people that were sold on Jameson or some others, Irish whiskeys, that prefer that. It's very, very good. And it's not particularly much different price point wise than anything else.
And that's one thing we just want to show people today. And being new to the industry, I really didn't know. And so coming in and learning about it and kind of getting a history lesson on everything, it's so much fun. And then again, just to play around with it
Sure.
and see what your taste is preferable to someone else.
Plus,
So-
you get a cool bottle.
Plus, you get a really cool bottle. I think it's fabulous.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just wanted to kind of showcase that as well. So, although I really want to continue with my coffee.
Before your ice melts, yes.
Yes.
So what we want to make, and there's a lot of variations on an old fashioned. This is one of our glasses that we have at Bella Vista Wine and Spirits, and it has 4 recipes. It may
Oh.
be difficult to see, but the old fashioned recipe is on the side of the glass.
Oh, my
right here.
goodness. Are there measuring lines as well?
There are.
Yes, there are.
Then there's a mint julep. We have a mojito. So lots of options.
I'll be down. Are you going to be at the store later?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes. So we have these on site. So anyway, well, let me
And
find
that's
the sign.
glass?
This is glass.
It's a nice 9-ounce glass. It's
So it's a great size. I did bring this one as well because I think it's just so beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And with these colors, perfect for St. Patrick's Day. I would throw this on the floor, but we probably don't have time for that. But it is plastic, but it won't crack, won't break. Great for the lake, wherever. But we've started, as Tim calls it, it's a liquor store boutique, wine and spirits. But, when I go in somewhere, I need the extras. I really
Totally.
want the cocktail napkins. I
Totally.
really want all the fun stuff that goes with it. So
one-stop shopping.
it is. We like to think that. So this is a charcuterie board. This is mine, but I have a friend who makes charcuterie boards that could be used for anything. So we've had different varieties of wood, and you can use them for a cheese, meat tray. You can put fruit on it. You can do whatever. One back here that I have, and this is a really fun one too. We have a lot of
Hold that
people
up. It's heavy.
Wow.
that come into the store that are bourbon. I like to call them kind of bourbon snobs.
Yes.
But this is actually from a Blanton's barrel, and Blanton is highly sought after. And so we have this as well, and then you can see the char.
From the
It's labeled
whiskey
from the
barrel
actual
itself.
whiskey barrel.
Oh, how cool.
So at the store with old fashions too, we have the way to make the old fashioned, to smoke it with all the tools that go along with it. So again, everything that you need at one place. So
I
we
got to
think
say
that's
one
fun.
more thing about the fact that this is plastic. I am a glass snob. I hate plastic. But I would so drink out of this, mostly because it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
And it doesn't feel like plastic.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
And it's nice. I was looking at some, and the rims would almost cut your fingers on some. This has a nice, smooth edge, a great feel, heavy enough, but you could take it anywhere, indestructible.
Yeah.
And beautiful. So super fun to drink out of.
Okay.
So
And that's just one of many.
Oh, I
pieces of
know.
glassware
There's
that
this
we have.
whole case back there that's just
Right.
amazing.
So on this old fashioned, again, many, many variations. We're going to start again with a sugar cube.
She's just using her fingers, but that's okay. Actually, we're going to do 2 sugar cubes
We're going to do 2 sugar cubes.
'Cause
Am I
she
not
wants
supposed to
some.
use my fingers?
in an old fashioned.
Okay. And then
2
we have different
dashes of bitters.
bitters.
We're doing, there you go.
Is that a particular kind of bitters or just bitters?
Well, these are, so we carry Woodford Reserve
Okay.
at the store, which is nice. There's a lot of there. We
There are
have Fee
different
Brothers.
types of bitters.
Yes.
Definitely. We have a variety. I just chose it. This is just kind of an aromatic.
Okay.
Now you could use an orange bitter,
Right.
But-
And a lot of people do that. But are we going to make the orange?
but we're going to use the orange
Since we're
Jameson.
using that, we're not using the orange bitters.
I had no idea that Jameson's came in flavors.
Yeah.
Yes, and so Friday, St. Patrick's Day, we'll be using both Jamesons, the original and the orange, but we have a tasting from 3:30
You
to
do.
6:30.
Let's talk about that. Where? Give
Bella
us the
Vista
address.
Wine and
Store.
Spirits.
Give us the address.
31 Cunningham Corner.
Yes.
And
Right behind the Dairy Queen.
Yes.
On the end.
in that shopping center, we have a drive-through.
Used to be an old
bank,
bank.
Right.
It did. But we hope people will come in and just do a tasting with us and also see how you make it.
You
But
can't,
we're
you
seeing
can't
it
get a
here.
tasting through the drive-through though.
No.
You have to
Oh,
physically
darn
come
it.
in.
You have to
I
come
know.
in and shop
Making it
and
too
look
easy.
around.
Because you can do a circle.
So then,
And let me tell you, when you go to those tastings, you're not going to get
Oh,
out of there without
smells
spending
so
some money
good.
because it's just so much fun.
That's
It is
the
fun.
idea for us.
so
And it is
without
fun.
making a mess,
Quickly. There you go.
there we go,
That's the way to do it.
pouring. And then we'll muddle.
Muddle it up.
Muddle, muddle, muddle.
Oh, that's pretty. That's going to be really tasty. Now, one thing that I would normally do, and we have these at the store, are like the round globes of ice.
You sold me one of those.
Okay. Well, I hope it's worked out
It
well.
is, it is.
And they come in different shapes as well, and you can also get the ones like Tim has at his house that you just freeze, and it's silver or something that.
They're stones that they
That's
don't
what I have.
dilute your drink.
Right.
You know, I'm a neat or on the rocks Scotch person, so I will use those instead of letting the ice dilute the
Mess
drink.
up your taste. Gotcha.
But we
Especially with the price of some of these scotches, you know, you don't want it to be too diluted. So
Gotcha.
so hopefully
Look at
I've
think you're good
muddled.
there.
You think I've muddled
I think
enough?
you're muddled around
Okay.
enough.
And then thank you to our friends here at the studio who helped bring us some ice. So we'll just
Thank you, director. You're
Yes.
awesome.
So thank you.
We were somewhat ill prepared. We
Well,
didn't
carrying
bring the
ice around
tongs or ice.
is,
It's a
you
little
know,
tough to.
We got most
We
things
don't have
here.
refrigerated vehicles.
No, and the tongs would have been helpful too. Okay, so I put in 2, and then we'll just add another.
Orange slice. for
Yes,
sure.
we'll put our orange slice on. Now, something that you could do is top it off with some soda water.
Right,
Also,
club
and
soda.
a cherry.
And a cherry.
I may
is
need to
typically
do that
what it
because I'm
is.
still working on learning to like
Right,
dark.
right. And so we would like maybe do a splash of the
Club soda,
club soda, a cherry,
or maraschino
or
cherry.
just, you know,
And that's really it.
that is it. So you just add your own variation, but it makes such a pretty little cocktail.
It does. Can we get a close up here? I'd love for folks to see this glass.
Now
in
you have
its
to
own right.
visualize that it'll be up to here and a little bit of fizz in it.
Oh, of course.
Right.
There we go. Looky
but
there.
Very pretty.
And I really want to point out these recipes on the side. That's really
They are
awesome.
super fun. And it helps for people like me. They're like, now what did I need to do?
As long as you put your readers on, you can see them.
I can see it.
Can you?
I'm
There.
good. So would you like to sample this?
I would say a lot of things, but it's probably not appropriate for TV. But the answer is yes.
Okay, there you go.
And again, remember, I'm working on learning the
That's
dark
right. And I'm sorry,
stuff.
we should have added the soda, but let's see what you think about the orange.
Well, first of all, oh, that's nice. But I'm smelling the orange,
Right.
which helps.
Right.
Right.
And the extra sugar cube helped. Mm-hmm. Are you sure there's dark liquor in here?
There, well, it's
And you
orange.
used orange, too.
We did.
We use orange liquor.
Which gives it that just citrusy flavor, and I think it smells fantastic.
You
I mean,
can't
when
chug this,
pour it-
can you?
You can't. But we recommend
But you
sipping.
shouldn't.
In fact, we say that you drink in moderation,
Oh.
because as our cocktail napkin would say, who is this person moderation everyone keeps telling me to drink with? Great cocktail napkins we have. They're so fun.
Yes.
Or, I'm not slurring, I'm speaking in cursive.
So if you did chug that, that might be the napkin that you would use.
Or a little bit too over the top. I don't even need a drink, but man, with a drink, woo!
I know. And, you know, we've met the best people at Bella Vista Wine and Spirits. I mean, I truly have some amazing friends and have made amazing friends that.
Fabulous clientele.
I mean, truly.
Really?
We look forward to seeing them. I think that's the goal of our store as well, is to help the community. But when people come in, I think no matter where you're shopping or dining experience, you want to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And we love our clients, our customers, our friends. And so a few of them are like, oh, this would be great on the patio. Stephanie, would you like to come even? And I'm like, yes, I would. So
Do you do parties? Not yet?
No,
That's
we
an
haven't.
idea.
But
That's an
we would
idea.
love to do parties. We're party people. We're party planners. I am. I love to have a party. My husband would probably say, stop with the parties.
Yeah.
But that's another reason I think that I'm trying to bring in different items, pictures, glassware, drinkware, barware, fun things, and things for the guys too. We have so many bikers also in the community, mountain
Yes.
bikers,
Yes.
that we're trying to carry things for them as well, collapsible water bottles, or just whatever somebody might need. And, water, have a cocktail, whatever you want to do.
Things that one won't find
Anywhere
a
else.
lot of places.
There is a non-alcoholic beer out of California. Are you carrying that yet? It's made by the Athletic Brewing,
Yes.
whatever.
We do have that.
We have
There are
that.
4 different flavors. You have that.
We do
Right.
have it.
And you also
Recently.
have NA beer.
We have NA beer. Corona has just added a non-alcoholic beer.
No
we has
way.
it as of last week. The Athletic Brewing is a great choice.
Yes.
Redbridge is also a gluten-free beer that a lot of people need, and so we carry that. We have alcoholic-free wines, organic wines, and so if you come into the store, we've actually made a section in the back that kind of showcases those, so you don't have to just look around for organic or alcohol-free or whatever. But the Athletic Brewing, it's pretty good.
My husband loves it.
And so we're trying to make sure that we cater to everybody that comes in the store. And maybe you just need bitters. Maybe you just need some cranberry juice. Maybe
Maybe
you
you
just
just
need
need
a
a
Coca-Cola.
fun conversation.
Maybe you just need a fun
We can
conversation.
do that as well.
Maybe you need a good story.
And
We
then there's
probably
that.
have some of those.
And then there's that. Yes. Wow, you guys are so much fun.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
It's
I'm
been,
going to ask
it's
the
been a lot
audience.
of fun.
I'm going to ask the audience something. So forgive me.
Okay.
But please be open to this.
All right.
Hey, Bella Vista, would you like to see something like this with added extra attractions on a monthly basis? I'm trying to work on Stephanie here to do a food, wine, fun type thing. If you're interested, let us know that, because hopefully we'll see you on a regular basis.
We shall see.
Okay.
Thank
great.
you.
You betcha. All right, so anything else you'd like to say about anything today before we sign off?
Come see us.
Then there's
I mean,
that.
I tell you, one of the things, our mantra is, if you need help, we're here for you, and very, very knowledgeable people besides us.
Oh, absolutely. We just have the very best staff, and it may just be, where is something located in the community? We're proud to be part of this community, and stop by. We're proud of our new neighbors, Fat Tire, that's across the street.
Oh, yeah.
They have a great coffee shop over there.
Yes.
Gasano's and JJ's. We're just in a great area, I think, with, like you said, Dairy Queen. But no, come see us and visit us and let us know what you're looking for. We have a lot of people that say, do you carry this? We'll do our best,
Let me ask you
to
about
get
that.
things.
There is I think it's Brazil, the national drink, and there is a particular liqueur you need for that. It starts with a C and I can't say it. Do you happen? I'll be by later, no worries.
Okay.
Campari?
Yes. No, not Campari. That's kind of British, but no. We'll
Italian.
talk later.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yes, we'll talk.
We have, I call it to our sales reps, have you checked the book?
Yeah.
Because that's where our customers come in and say, can you get this? I'm like, I don't know, but let's put it in the book. And so that's where our reps come in and they check and they say whether we can or can't get it.
Sometimes we can't, but we certainly will try.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to wind it up because the cameraman is over there anxious either to get a drink or because our time is up. I'm not
Or
sure
both.
which, or both. So thank you, and I
Thank
hope
you.
to see you in future. If nothing else, I will see you at your store.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
JB.
Hey everybody, thank you, and we hope that every now and then when we do Let's Talk About It, we have a little more fun than just talking about what's going on in the community and what you need to know about. You need to know about this, okay? So we'll see you soon, next month. Stay tuned.